Yo, what up, my Nagas and Naginis? I'm just dropping in real quick to give you a little heads up on the constitutional rights cards. People been asking me some questions about this beautiful, lovely thing right here. Y'all see it? I know y'all see it. But people been asking questions. I had a couple of questions about the card and also the deal I mentioned on the Zowa show on Monday. So I just came in to give y'all some answers about that. So I just want to make sure you understand, though, that this card is not the law itself, okay? This does not free you from the law. You are supposed to know when you get this card. It's why it comes with a sheet of what's on the card, all right? A study sheet so that you can study that, you can memorize and understand and know what's on this card. So if you give the police officer your card, they may test you. And then I'm pretty sure they will test you. If you give them something like this, and the police officer is gonna you don't know what the hell he's talking about. What's on this card? And then if you don't know your rights, giving this card doesn't matter. However, somebody asked me what happens if they tear it up. And this card, you can't tear this card up. It's a plastic card, just like a credit card. You can't rip it, you can't tear it. You know, it's very hard to destroy. However, when you give the person, police officer, your card, you definitely want to have your phone or your camera on to make sure you have evidence of you handing over the card, because this card is called notice, okay? It's called constructive notice and expressive notice, because you wrote it and you handed it over. You gave it to him expressively. So again, this is notice when you give this over, but this is not the law itself. This is notice of the law that you know your rights. But you better make sure that you know what's on this card before you hand it over, though, okay? Be secure, be strong and confident in the law, and then you'll see how their attitudes will change. So again, I want to make sure that you guys understand that what's on the back of this card, the information on how to place a lien on the police officer's bond, is the information and the language that they'll understand. When they read this and they say, and it says place lien on your public surety bond, you will see how their attitude changes. Okay, it's a whole thing, because most of them out there, and this is not every police officer, but a lot of them out there will try to test, they take their authority too far, because they have something called unquestioned command at the police stop. So they want to make sure, you know, they take that to the extreme, and they want to make you act like a slave. Don't question my authority. Don't talk back. Don't do this. Don't do that. They don't have the right to do any of that. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are aware and understand. Even at the police, that's at a traffic stop. At a police stop, when they walk up on you, on the street, you know, most of the times when they stop you, it's going to be because of reasonable suspicion. I have the video. If you don't know, if you haven't seen the video on reasonable suspicion, please go check that out. But reasonable suspicion means that they suspect you of committing a crime that has been, they suspect you of committing the crime that has been committed recently in that area, and you look like a suspect, or that you look suspicious of having committed a crime nearby, or that you may be about to commit a crime. So that's very important. When you see a police officer, don't be scared. Maintain your composure, maintain your confidence, because when you look suspicious and scared like that, that actually gives them reason to come up and question you. And all reasonable suspicion does is give them the right to question you. Okay, it doesn't give them the right to take your ID. It doesn't give them the right to pat you. It does give them the right to pat you down, but it doesn't give them the right to throw you up against a wall or something like that. It just gives them the right to make sure that you're not carrying any weapons, and it also gives them the right to ask you your name. But you do not have to give your ID on a reasonable suspicion stop. Okay, just be aware of that. If you don't want to give your ID, you do not have to give your ID, but you do have to give a name. And I suggest you give them your actual name. Now that's up to your discretion, but you only have to give them a name, and then they're allowed to pat you down to make sure you don't have any weapons. They cannot go inside your pocket. Be aware of that. Police cannot go inside your pocket. They cannot take out things. They cannot take out money. That's illegal. Okay, they're only allowed to check for weapons, bulges in your body, the things that may be a weapon. Okay, if they feel paper in your pocket, they can't take that out. That's not a weapon. So again, you have to know these rights. You get so scared when the police pulls you over and you think that they can do anything. That's not a part of unquestioned command. There are certain things that they're able to do at the stop that the law states, and they have to follow that. But if you don't know, they'll do anything. I mean, just keeping it real, they're gonna do anything because of that unquestioned command, because they think they have that fear over you, that they know more law than you. that they'll, you know, you're just going to kowtow and you're going to acquiesce to it. You know what I'm saying? So again, knowing your rights, knowing what's on this card, I suggest you go beyond this card, but this is just basic basically knowing your rights, and it stops them, it halts them, it puts that hand up like, hey, back up, homie. Back up, homie. You just ain't allowed to do whatever you want to do. And also, I want you guys to see what it's like to assert your rights to a police officer and see how their whole mentality and attitude changes. Because if you haven't done this before, it's an experience to understand, because you think police officers have all this power and they can say anything they want to you. Not true at all. There's a channel called News Now South Carolina, and they're a network of gun rights people. And now I'm not advocating any gun rights or anything like that, but the reason I'm saying check them out is because this is a melanated brother, and he knows his rights. And when he walks up to police, he goes up to police stations and they do something called an audit, meaning making sure that the police comply with the laws that are on the books, that they don't try to overstep their bounds. So it's a lot of people out here just going out and making sure the police officers are doing this. And when they do this, police, you should see when they walk up there, and then the police officers, they have guns out and all this and that, and the police walk up and try to tell them these lies about the law. You can't do this. You need to get out of here. You can't record it. And they like, no, I can do this. I can do that. Nope, you can't do that. And you should see when they start asserting their rights, and the police know that this guy knows his rights, and he's just not some pushover. They, whoop, they back up. Their language gets right. Now, and then this is the funny thing. All the Caucasian officers get some act right. You know who still has the attitude most of the time? It's the brothers. The brothers, police officers don't even know the law worse than that, worse than you do. See, when they get a little bit of power, they think, oh, I'm up here with the Caucasian now. You gonna do what the hell I say. See, when the brothers express the rights to the Caucasian, they know, oh shit, this nigga he know what the hell he talking about. Let me back up before I get a lawsuit case, or before I, you know what I'm saying, I get my badge pulled. But it's the brother police officers who still try to act like they know what they're talking about and assert the law wrong, incorrectly, and then they get reprimanded the most. But the reason I'm telling you that, because you just need to see encounters of people who know their rights when they have an encounter with the police, and how their attitude changes when they understand you know your rights. It's a whole new ball game. So again, the other thing I wanted to say, because on the Zoe White Show, I mentioned the deal that if you bought the Great Book of Melanin Research, that you would get the Constitutional Rights Card package for free. That's the card and the Know Your Rights manual right here. And I said I would do it for the week, and the week is almost over, but you guys hit me up like late on the end, and so I'm going to extend that deal for the next week. So again, if you want the Constitutional Rights package, this is a $70 pack, $70 value of the package. I will give it to you for free if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research hard copy. All right, because everybody should have one of these cards. I had 100 of these. I had 100 of these. Only got 11 left. All right, and I have some more on order, but I have 11 left. So please hurry up if you guys really want the card. Hurry up and make sure you get yours. But I'm so proud of you guys. I want to say big ups to you guys getting on that journey to knowing your rights. It's so important. This is the very last avenue that we have. They do not want you to know your rights. And once you do, the game is over. Because that's all they have is the law. That's it. So please get out there and know your rights, and then start to see how things do change when you're able to express your rights. All right. And so again, the deal is going to be extended for another week. If you order the hard copy book, you will get the Know Your Rights package. That's the card and the Know Your Rights manual. And that inside of here is the bond information. Okay, it has the information on how to place the lien on the police officer's bond if your rights are violated. Now, I want to state, because people been, a lot of people, I hope you haven't been getting this thinking that you're just going to go out and placing liens on people's bonds. Don't do that. Again, this is the very last resort. When you place a lien on a police officer's bond, make sure that the police officer has gotten at you, he's left you no recourse but to place this lien on your bond. Okay, they've had to violated your due process of law. That's a constitutional right. All right, that's your Fifth Amendment right. So it explains all of that in here, how to do it, and also how to file a lawsuit on a police officer, federal and state. but these are your remedies at last resort. You want to know your rights, okay? You don't want it to get that far. You want to make a police officer understand, look, dude, we don't want to, you don't trust me. You don't want to let this go anywhere else past this little stop right here. So make sure that you're going to know your rights. I know my rights. You're going to follow and protect my rights like you did when you promised to protect the oath, when you took that oath to promise to protect the Constitution. And I'm going to hold you to that. And this is where we're doing from here. Watch the police officer's whole attitude change. But again, you have to study and know what's on this card, and it comes with that, the study sheet that comes with it. All right. So again, I want to thank y'all for, and I was just getting back, and I want to appreciate you guys for all the love y'all been giving me, telling me thank you for the information that I put out. Again, I put it out there for you guys. I don't do it for thank yous, but I appreciate the thank yous. You know, the information, the universe, it entrusts me with this information, and I'm obligated, and I'm proud and happy to get to send it back and give it back, so I can help the children of the universe to elevate and grow and evolve as the universe has helped me. So again, I thank y'all, and I'm out. Peace.